Hello, everyone. Amala. Um, is that your name?
Yeah.
I'm not sure if you're in my performance seminar. You may be in the regular performance seminar. Let me give you the link to that, okay? There you go. I think you're in this other one because I don't have you signed up for mine. All right. Do you mind going on mute for a second while I explain later? All right, I'll just do. Good. All right. So, welcome to Introductory Performance Seminar at 6 p.m. Thank you for joining me. The way that this works, if you haven't done this before, is that all of you will perform your piece one at a time. And then after that, we will address everybody's pieces individually. And I will have you guys play parts of everyone else's piece so that we get a chance to play everybody's pieces a little bit. While you are performing, make sure that your audio is, that you are unmuted and that your original sound is on. And when you are not performing, make sure that you are muted so that we don't interrupt the people that are performing. I'm just going to go in order of our little check-in here, which starts with Isha. Can you, yes, Calvin, you're supposed to be. Isha, can you introduce yourself and the name of the piece you'll be playing?
My name is Isha, and I'm going to be playing the first movement of Classic Sonatina.
Great. Excellent job. Really good performance, Isha. Okay. Next we have Calvin. Calvin, can you introduce yourself and the name of the piece you'll be playing?
Hi, my name is Calvin, and today I'll be playing Allegretto.
Really nice job. Very good job, Calvin. All right. Moving right along after this is... Please. Okay. Elena, can you introduce yourself and the name of the piece you'll be playing?
My name is Elena, and I will also be playing Allegretto.
All right, great.
Oh, I'm on the wrong page. I'm on the wrong thing.
I think you're here.
Okay. I can try the next page.
Okay.
I haven't really tried this part that much.
That's how about just the right hand at the end?
I can try.
All right. This is octave up, so this is just continuing that scale. Yeah. There you go. Nice. Really good job. All right. Way to stick it through the end. Okay. All right, and Isaac. Isaac, can you introduce yourself and the name of the piece you will be playing?
Hello, my name is Isaac, and I will be performing Down by the Bay.
There you go. Nice job. Very nice job from everybody. Really good performances. So, because two of us played the same piece, let's hop back to the Allegretto and we'll start there. I think really something that will help all of us in all four of these pieces really is knowing where our moments of tension are and where our moments of release are. We call this tonic and dominant chords. Tonic and dominant. Is anybody here familiar with those terms? Tonic and dominant chords? Yeah, so let me know a little bit. Cool. Let me explain then. If everybody could come off the video mute, Isha and Calvin, if possible, if I could see you guys, that would be preferred. Thank you. So, looking at this piece, like I said, we're looking for these places of home and away, tension and release. And when we talk about home and away, we're really talking in music about tonic and dominant chords. So we have Roman numerals to tell us our chords in music, mostly because we have like a lot of regular numbers that are around in music to begin with, right? We talk about finger numbers with bigger numbers. We talk about the time signature. When we count beats, we use regular numbers. So instead, we use Roman numerals to say what chord is in the position of this scale, right? So this is our one chord, and the one chord has this structure. It's commonly known as the snowman structure because it looks like a snowman. You know how you roll up those snowballs and then you put them on top of each other, just like this 5-3-1 in the left hand. That is our one chord. This is home. Home is our one chord. That's contrasted by away, which is our 5 chord. Now the reason that this is called a 5 chord is because it's 5 notes away. We start in this piece. This scale is the G major scale. That's why there is an F sharp here. So our first chord of the G major scale is G. Makes sense, right? And if if G is my first note in the scale, then I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 is D. 5 is D. And that D chord then is the place of tension. So I have this place of home, this place of tension, and then I release it. This particular one is called a 5-7 chord because it's also using the 7th note of the D scale. So this is an F sharp down here. Then we have C and D. This D is on the line that middle C is on. So this is one note above middle C. And this is our tension. And we go back and forth in between these in so many pieces of music. Not only this piece of music, but in Isha's piece and in Isaac's as well. They all go between a 1 chord and a 5-7 chord at some point in the song. And recognizing where the tension and release is in these songs can really help us not have to read all of the notes, right? Because then I'm just reading a 1 chord, and then I'm reading this 5-7, and then I don't have to think about G, B, D, F sharp, C, D, right? I just think 1 chord, the snowman, and 5-7. The difference in this transition is that the bottom note goes down 1 note, and the middle note goes up 1 note. The top note stays the same, unchanged from one to the next. So, let's do this. Let's just do the left hand, everybody, from here to here. And it should sound like this. 1, 1, 1, 1, 5, 5, 5, 5, 1. And let's start with our people that already know this piece well. So Elena, can you demonstrate the left hand in these first 5 measures?
Okay.
Great.
The left hander.
Just the left hand, by itself. There you go. There you go. You're doing a good job with these staccatos. This is important to do the little dots and make them as crisp as you can to really contrast the other one. Now, there's one thing in your playing that I would like to comment on, and that's this. The quarter note does eventually stop, right? Once it gets to this quarter rest, then we let go, which is combined with this part. So Off. Off. See what I mean? Can we try that both hands, Elena? You're on mute. Thanks.
Okay.
Beautiful, beautiful. And Calvin, can we do just the left hand in this first 5 bars now?
Okay. Just the left hand?
Just the left hand, yeah. There you go. Yeah, these notes, right, these quarter notes, you're kind of having the opposite problem. These are not short because there's no staccato on them. So we really want to stick the landing when we go from here, off, and then off. Yeah. And Isaac, could we try the left hand by itself now? F sharp at the bottom note. Good. Excellent. And Isha, do you want to play the left hand as well? So the top note stays the same. The bottom note goes down 1 note to that black key below it to F sharp. That's it. There you go. There you go. And that movement is everywhere, right? This 1, 5, 1 is just all over classical music. So it's really important to recognize that this is a 1 chord, this is a 5 chord, or a 5/7 chord. Even this, even though like this isn't the 1 chord in the key of G, it's still, this is a 5 chord in the key of G, it's on D. It still has the same snowman shape, right? So even just recognizing that the bottom note is D, then I can find the rest of it from there because the shape is the same shape. Let's talk about one more thing before we leave this one, and that is the rhythm of this part. Let's try and count the rhythm together. So the first thing to know when you're counting rhythm is how many beats do we have in each measure. Calvin, how many beats do we have in each measure?
2.
2, exactly. There are 2 quarter notes in the measure. That's how to read 2/4. There are 2 quarter notes in the measure. And we're going to start on beat 1. Do you know what kind of rest this is? Anybody?
An 8th rest?
Good, this is an 8th rest. How many beats is an 8th rest?
An 1/8 of a beat.
Ooh, not an 1/8 of a beat. That's a good, but it's actually the 1/8 of a measure. It is half of a beat because quarter notes are 1 beat. So if a quarter note is 1 beat, and then we divided that by 2, then we would get an 1/8, right? So 1/8 notes are half a beat. So we start on beat 1, because that's how we start in the measures, and this comes in on the and. We call halfway between beats and we mark it with this plus sign. So like 1 and, 2 and, 3 and, 4 and. So an easy way to figure out where the and is that when you clap, that's the big beats, right? That's the numbers. It's 1, 2, 1, 2. When you pull the hands apart, that's the and. So 1 and, 2 and, 3 and. Now we have these double beamed notes. Does anybody other than, I'll just ask, Isaac, do you know what these double beamed notes are called?
16 notes.
Yeah, they're 16th notes. They're twice as fast as the 8th notes. Now, the full, like if I had one whole beat and I had 4 16th notes that are playing over that beat, we would say 1 E and that's how we count as musicians those 16th notes. So we actually have 1 and is this beat here. Then after that, we have 2. And of course, the 8th note's half a beat. So we have and. And that's how we count the beats in this measure. So it's 1 and 2 and 3. Sometimes when we have complicated rhythms like this and we're trying to learn it, it's really helpful to just double the note values of everything. So this could be a half note because that's twice as long as this. These would be 8th notes. And then we have 2 quarter notes. Quarter, quarter. And that actually is a lot easier to read, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. Right, or 1, 2, 3, and 4. Whatever we need to do. I guess that would be on the next. Oh, because this actually comes in halfway between. We would have a quarter rest here. That makes sense. Anyway, let's all try playing that rhythm. Actually, we don't all have to try playing that rhythm. I just wanted to make sure that we understood how to count the beats, and then we can do that. Cool. Let's move on to another song now. Let's look at Isha's. Let's just wait for the music to come up for a second. All right. Did a really good job in this. I think sometimes because of the jumping, it can be a little tough. Let's. I say we just look at this part. Whenever I find something like this with a lot of notes that are moving one at a time, I like to break them down to make sure that I know exactly what is going on, and I'm not just stabbing at random notes. So if we look here, the top note stays the same, which is a really good anchor point for us to be like, okay, at least I know how to play these notes in a row. This is G, right? This is a stretch. It's an interval of a sixth, so we use the stretch position. That's why it's 1 and 5, and then this is 1 and 5, even though they are different notes. So 1 and 5, 1 and 5, this is B and G, C and G, and then 1 and 2 at the end here. And they're all staccato. Can we all try playing this left-hand part? Isha, can you play this left-hand part for me? Just the left hand. Just the left hand. Yeah. There you go. Really good job with the staccatos, too. It's important to practice the staccatos, too, when we're in isolation here. Really nice. Then in the right hand, now let's keep I'm hearing people. Elena, do you want to play this in the left hand?
All right, just left hand.
Yeah. Beautiful, beautiful. And Isaac, how about you? Yeah, this first one's a stretch, so it's B to G. Yeah, and then these are two different notes. So B, G, B, and G, then C, G, and C, G. There you go. And Calvin, can you do the left-hand part?
Okay.
There you go. And then once I have that really nice, I like to make sure that the right hand is correct. And this is kind of strange because coming from this 5-finger position, that leaves us with 4 and 2 here, 3 and 1 here. But then we have to move 1 down to here. one note below middle C, which is kind of a strange thing that we don't normally do all the time. Can we play those 5 notes starting with Isha? Just... There you go. That's really nice. Make sure they are bouncing up off the keys so that we can keep those super crisp. And Elena, do you want to try?
Left hand and right hand.
Yeah, why don't you put both together if you can.
Up.
Yeah, it's moving those down, which is strange, right? But also move your right hand down an octave. There you go. There you go. Very nice. And Isaac, you want to try next? You can do just the right hand.
Just right here.
Yeah. Oh, the thumb goes down. Oh, the thumb doesn't go down yet, though. It's from here to here. There you go. And then Calvin, do you want to play it as well?
Right hand and left.
Why don't you do just the right hand?
Okay.
There you go. Excellent. All right. That's where we'll end today. Thank you, everybody, for joining me for this introductory performance seminar at 6 p.m. on this Friday. Hope you guys have a great weekend. I'll see you next time.